Hi everyone, Beckie Belote here. I hope everybody's doing good. Did I close my thing like I was supposed to? Yes, I can. Okay. Hope everybody's doing good. Sorry for the gym close. I decided it was either take a shower or not do Tip Tuesday. And so you get me in my gym clothes. I apologize. Shameless. Um, so today, if you want to do a really cool page layout idea, this is a formula. It works with multiple punches. You're going to be really excited about it. Um, I experimented with the new ornate ripple. So I have two page layouts using this one. So this one definitely works. I have a few others that I know definitely work. If you're trying it with something that I am not saying definitely works. You may want to try it on scrap first. I will not be held responsible for screwed up paper. But I believe that this is going to work with any of our border punches. So the border punches are the ones that have the wings. So they're like airplanes. All right. That fall off. In other words, when you cut the border off, the border falls completely off the paper. So I can tell this is a one that falls completely off because we have silver on top and below the pattern. So some others that I've tried that definitely work are slide reel. You see how there's silver on the top and on the bottom? So that one works beautifully. We have Monsterly, great one where the border falls completely off. This one works beautifully. Think I'm going to demo it today. It's risky because it's very intricate. I'm asking for tangle, but I'm going to do it anyways. This one is one of my favorites. It's called Elegant Diamond. You can see how there's silver on both of those. So we're going to try that with this, but I'm going to show you a couple spreads that I made with this one, my experiments. So I'm going to pull out some that I would not recommend to try this with. For instance, that one doesn't show the way I want it to. That one doesn't either. Let's see. I want one. Okay, this one. All right, so here's your mushroom. So do you see how there's silver at the top of the pattern, but not on the bottom? That means when you cut this border, the mushrooms are going to sit on top of your paper. They're not going to fall off like, like a free border where you could put anywhere on your page. You could cut it off and make it like that, but it's not going to fall off. This would not be a good choice. Let me show you another one that would not be a good choice. How about putting that in backwards and upside down? It's what did y'all get the new border punch organizer? Because if you didn't, you better get some because they're amazing. This one, this is spring leaf. Beautiful, but it's going to hang on to the paper. We only have silver at the top, so not a good choice for this technique. All right, so hopefully you can find one that has the silver on the top on and the bottom. I'm going to pull a random one out and you tell me if this one will work or not. Probably will it work or not. What about this one? What are your thoughts? All right, so you see the silver on the top and on the bottom? That is a border that flops off of your paper after you cut it. So this probably would be an excellent choice. So find one that you have that will be an excellent choice, and let's jump right into this. All right, I'm going to change my screen. Thank you for watching, by the way. I am Beckie Belote. My website, if you're not buying from someone, wow, would be so appreciative if you picked somebody even if it's not me, I would love for you to pick somebody to I mean, it is just so exciting to get an order, like some of us are working part-time to supplement our incomes. This is my full-time income. This is all I do. There are some people that, are just trying to pay for their habit. But either way, we are learning this stuff. We are there ready to help you if you need help, and we would appreciate your support. If you would like to buy from me today, my website is www.creativememories.com/user/Beckie Belote. And I spell my name Beckie Belote. So www.creativememories.com/user/Beckie Beckie. Last name is Belote, Belote. And I thank you for watching. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'm going to change my screen. My dog is barking at me. I'm sorry. We have to go to the vet today. It's one of the reasons why I'm like in a hurry to get this in. She has a 2:30 appointment. So we have to finish this in 25 minutes. All right. So let's change my screen so that you can see what I'm doing here. All right. So you want a decorative piece of paper where the front and the back looks beautifully together. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it on a diagonal. This is crazy simple. You are going to love, love, love this technique. So it's not, I'm going to do my best to make it perfect. I'm not going to grab my scoring blade. I'm not going to make a big deal about it because this is, remember, we're cutting a border that's going to fall off. So this is not going to be here anyways, but I am doing my best to make sure it's a nice triangle. I'm also making sure that I've pieced it really good. And now what we're going to do is the fun part. We are going to cut two of the sides with this guy. All right, you're going to stay away from the hypotenuse. This is your longest one. It's across from your right angle. The right angle is the one that you can make an L with. Do not touch this one. All right. So we're going to cut this side and this side. One of them should feel really comfortable to you. It's the way you always cut. For me, it's this way. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Here's my little black mark that I'm lining it up to. And I am going to cut this way. All right. Now, this works really nice with designer prints. If you are folding a piece of cardstock, do it at, oh, look, I goofed. Now you're thinking, oh, Beckie has totally ruined it. And ordinarily I would say yes, but not really. Most of our punches are really forgiving when you do this kind of stuff. Don't throw it away. What I'm going to do is put this piece right here and this section right here. Before I mash, I'm going to make sure that this is still lining up to the pattern. Okay. So I'm going to be careful. Of course, I picked this nice fragile one to make this mistake with. So we are highly likely to make an error. I'm going to put it back in so it looks like that is in this area. I'm going to find a place here on the pattern where it lines back up to the blue beautifully. We're going to cross our fingers, and I know that that went well. All right. So now we're going to cut again. This one has two little triangles down here to match up, but because I made that mistake, I'm not getting them. So I'm kind of just lining up the patterns and taking my choices. Now it's leveled out. Beautiful. Now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make sure that I get that tip. That's what's important. And sometimes it falls away from the paper before you get that tip. So I'm going to keep going, keep sliding. This one probably is going to get it. All right. And that did get it. All right. So now what I'm going to do. All right. So we did this one. If you're in doubt, because the triangle starts looking pretty much the same on both sides on the L. If in doubt which side to do the next time, the one that has these little scraps on it, you already did that side. So now we're going to do this side. All right. And in order to do this side, we now are going to have to line up to the other, whichever one you didn't use. I'm going to have to line up to that one now. And because I am not left-handed, that feels awkward to me. So I'm going to turn it this way so I can see it coming out nicely this way. Okay. All right. So we're going to come out. See, I think with this one, it's been a while since I've used it. The first little triangle that comes out, you match up to the first little triangle. And then after that, there'll be a double triangle to line up to. We're going to take, yeah, I think that's what it was. All right, so now we've got two little blue triangles down here. I'm going to match these little paper triangles up with it, making sure that pattern is covered. I'm going to show you that up close in just a second. Actually, maybe now. So there's these little blue triangles right here. And on your paper, you also have those sticking out on this part of the paper. So it works with these repetitive patterns to not make an error. So because I pulled it out, it's going to fight with me again. This, if you've never tried this skill before, I probably picked one of the hardest, but I'm taking my chances on it because I think it's going to be stinking beautiful. All right. Yeah, it's resisting me just a little bit because it catches. And I think I got it. Let's make sure I did on the end. If not, we're going to shove that end back in and get it. No, it worked well. All right. So now what you're going to want is some cardstock to work on. I'm going to use this beige. Been using a lot of beige this season because Croptoberfest, Copper Canyon, Harvest, Grateful Harvest, they're all looking really pretty with beige. Beige and caramel, hot fudge, great colors. I feel like I knocked this because it's not really straight. Okay. All right. So this piece you may or may not want. This would be great for extra mats and stuff like that. But I'm going to actually use this today. Well, before I do that, let me just show you some options. So we're going to open this up so you can see how pretty it is. All right. So what do you think about that? So if you wanted to do a single page spread or a title page, you would lay it down like this. Okay. And it's going to be beautiful. All right. If you wanted to do a two-page spread, you would stick it down and you could cut it this way. All right. If you want to another option, keep in mind one of these sides is longer than the other, and that is by design, the way we cut it. So if you wanted to do this, you're going to want to level it out here and here so that we have some symmetry going on. All right. So that's another look that you can do. Of course, it would look pretty good like this as well. In fact, I'm going to build it like this today. All right. So you have lots of different options. Like I'm going to show you what all those look like in a minute. All right. But first, I'm going to go ahead and stick this one down. I like it just the way it is. Hmm. Now I have some decisions to make. I think I'm going to go with the busy side. Oh, and this is another look. I think I'm going to do this look where we do opposite corners. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let the busy side show up. Put this up here in the corner. All right, and then this one I'm going to trim down a bit. You can use either of your scissors. This is not an intricate cut. I think it's about here, like 1.5 pieces. You could stack them on top. When I first did this the first time, I stacked them on top of each other to make sure they were perfect. So I know some of you, oh, you guys, would you please break the news to me when I do that? Because you all let me down. I have to say, you should have told me that I did that wrong. Oh gosh, I did this on my last one too, so it's not really your fault. It's just who I am. I like to show you that repo wipes right off. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I just realized you couldn't see what I was doing. I was over on my crafting mat here. I was wiping it off over there, but you couldn't see me, so I'm going to do it here where you actually can you see me now? Now that I've moved it a little bit. Gracie, I'm almost done, sweet girl. She is barking up a storm. So I'm going to put it on the dark side. She's got a toothache. She's a little old girl. For those of you that have been following me, her brother died at Christmas time. She's actually has only child syndrome now. She's doing quite well as far as, 16, almost 17-year-old dog would do. Right, so this is beautiful just the way it is. But if you want to go one step further on your L-shaped sides, we're gonna cut off these little knobby things that are sticking out. I'm gonna go just to that second dotted line, and then I'm just gonna trim. That's the smallest cut that I feel like you can do safely, with no problem. So I'm gonna put it right on that second dotted line. in your cutting section. And then what we're going to do is open her up and we're going to cut on that creased line. Now we want to make sure we're right on it. So make sure you use these little guys to make sure it's right on that line. They're hiding up in this end. And I'm just sliding the paper so it appears that we are right on that cut. All right. This paper, by the way, that I'm using is Legacy Love. Super pretty. And now we can put that here and here. What do you think about that? Is that super crazy beautiful? Very, very simple. If you want to soup it up even more, remember that this line has laser borders. So if I wanted to add a little more touch to it, we could throw something like that in there. Got lots of choices here that I haven't used yet. Could throw this there. Isn't that pretty? All right, I kind of like the white one, don't you? I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to finish this one when we're done. All right, I like it. All right, so these, by the way, these little things that I'm storing the borders in, they're called the 2.5 by 12-inch sleeves in the fill and file section. They're not expensive, and I do like these to store along with my collections, so that everything that I might want is together. All right, so I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to show you. I really like this. That's really lickable, isn't it? All right, so just to prove to you, I was playing with some of the other punches. This is your Monstera leaf, what it does if you try it with the Monstera. Isn't that pretty? I tried it with slide reel. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then I did it, well, you already saw this one. This was, by the way, the paper that I'm using here is Relax Industry, if you like these colors. So this is the one that we just did. So how about the one what does this one look like if you use it? So I did a couple with this one. I did one. These are just samples. So this is the one, actually, this one I did with for Oktoberfest. So if you got a project recipe, I'm going to encourage you to get a second one because the papers and stickers in that collection are crazy, super beautiful. And you're going to want to do the company's ideas, but you might want to also do other people's ideas. I know there's a lot of us out there that have loved it and have been using it. This is using the new ornate Ripple border punch with a piece of paper that came in the project recipe. And these embellishments came in the Croptoberfest bundle. My peeps just had their Croptoberfest, but some of you are probably getting ready to go to yours. So you might want to be prepared getting some extra stuff so that you will feel good to be able to make lots of page scraps. So remember on the first one that I did, I showed you how you could do a title page where it went all the way around, right? Well, this one I did that, and after I went all the way around, I cut it in half. So if you can imagine, this blue one was side by side with that blue one. I cut it in half after I created it to make it a double page spread. I sealed that. This is another piece of paper. So basically, this is a piece of paper. This is a piece of paper. Actually, maybe even front and back. Let's see if I'm telling you the truth. Nope, not front and back. Just two different pieces of paper that I cut in half. And then I put one of the stickers from this is Copper Canyon. I know the paper has sold out from this. I hate to make you jealous if you didn't get it. But clearly we are selling out of things early. So if there's something that you see that you like, you should probably get it before it's sold out. Hopefully a lot of you did get it and you can copy this if you like it. This is using the chrysanthemum punch here. And instead of layering small flowers, I took all the big ones and I put them on the base, another big one on top where I kind of cut to ruffle it up. And then I put one of the smaller ones in the middle. All right. These are the ride-on strips, and I on purpose went ahead and just kind of staggered them so that I didn't take me long to do it. It can be messy, it looks beautiful, and it doesn't have to be perfect. These are from Acorn and Leaf Border Maker cartridge. They do these little twigs, and I thought that would be pretty there, right? So hopefully you like that technique. Because Copper Canyon has sold out, you probably won't see me demoing with this anymore. So I did want to show you a couple of other beautiful ideas that you could copy. So get your pictures of this one if you like it. Super pretty. I did two ornate borders in contrasting colors, layered them on top of each other. Very beautiful. You will see me do more with ornate ripple, but this boy, it's pretty. If you missed out on the beautiful the molten lava shimmers, those are super crazy pretty. So that's what you're seeing here, right? And then last but not least, this is another technique that's very similar to the one that I just taught you. You take your paper and fold it on a diagonal, exactly like we did today. But then you break out your punch, whatever punch you're going to use. And this again will work with any of our punches that fall off, and go on the diagonal one time. And what you will get when you are finished is two strips that fall off that are longer than the diagonal, and it's because they belong higher like this. So if you want it to overlap on your paper, pull it down, stick it down, and trim off your excess like I have here. Isn't that beautiful? Just a little something, something to point out to you. I think I actually created this one like this. These are ready for photos to plop on top. Before I plop something on these, I cut off what I liked that was underneath. So on this one, this came out of this hole. So I trimmed it up, pulled this embellishment out, and this came out of this hole. So be careful before you start covering up stuff that could be very useful. This is, I went ahead and took my perforating blade and made a little journal box there. I don't even know if you can see it, but I did perforate that with the blade that comes with our trimmer. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. I hope that you will play with this technique. This is going to give you oodles and oodles of layouts to play around with. And so I now cannot chat with you much longer because I have to get my dog out to the vet, and she does not like riding in the car at all. So it's like right now she wants to sit on my lap, but in a minute I'll be chasing her around to go to the vet. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you to my friends that zoomed in with me, that came in person, that came to shop for my Croptoberfest. I really appreciate you for doing that. A lot of work goes into it. I like to spoil you guys, at these special events, and I do appreciate you being able to fit it in. All right, because I know life is busy, isn't it? Life is crazy busy. So have a great day. Blessings. Beckie Belote, Creative Memories, Newport, West Virginia. Bye.